Hello everybody, welcome to HDpiano. My name is Dion, and today we're learning how to play Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. In this part 1 video, we'll learn how to play the intro and the first verse of the song. They sound like this. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go, a nice kind of driving part. And that's going to kick us off into this classic song. Now this is all about a wonderful summer way back in 1969. So I want to know in the comments below, before we get started, what's your favourite summertime memory? I have some really fond memories of going camping with my cousins and my uncles. It was such a good time. So let me know in the comments your favourite summertime memory. Going to get stuck straight into this because, well, it's such a fun song to play. This is a really cool song because we're taking guitar parts and putting them onto the piano, one of my favorite things to do. So we're going to be playing some chords and also some kind of bass guitar-y kind of things throughout this song. Starting off with the left hand, we're going to kick off with a D major chord. So our left hand is going to play Ds. Well, pretty simple really. So we're going to start off by playing octaves with these Ds. Now middle C is right here. So we're about an octave below middle C. So we've got one D with our little finger, one D with our thumb. And we're going to hit those octaves once and then just the lowest note. So once together, 2 times with the lowest note, 1 more time together, and then 4 times with the lowest note. So most of the time we're actually just playing this single note down below with the 5th finger. We're going to be using these octaves above to add in some emphasis on the same hits that our right hand plays. So the right hand is going to be playing, I guess, 2 more notes from this D major chord. We're going to be playing A and D. And we're just straddling that middle C area. So we're going to hit all those notes together with the octaves in the left hand. Then the left hand just does the 2 notes by itself. Then we come all together again. And then the left hand just by itself. You might even think of this as a group of 3 at the start. 1, 2, 3, before another group of 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. And if you're doing your musical maths, well, we might have 8 eighth notes inside this bar. Our second bar, we just keep pulsing on that low D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7th hit, our right hand joins in, but just for a change, we're not going to bother with this additional octave in the left hand. Just keep pumping away on that low note. So the second bar, pretty easy. So putting them together, we have 3 and 4 and. Simple. So we'll take that a little bit faster. 3 and 4 and. Now the best thing you can do with these repeated left-hand notes is to start adding in a little bit of groove or a little bit of accent on some of these notes just to get it a little bit, I don't know, rolling, sounding like it's a human playing, because you are human after all, as am I. So I'm going to be bouncing on some of these notes a little bit harder, maybe emphasizing when the right hand hits, but maybe also emphasizing what we call the backbeat, so maybe beats 2 and 4. That kind of idea, just really digging in sometimes. So that's the 2-bar intro. Luckily enough, that doubles as the first 2 bars of our verse as well. 3 and 4 and. Then we're going to shift chords to an A major. So right hand is going to go to E, A, and C sharp. I'm using the same finger on this A as I was for our initial chord with the D and the A, which is exactly why I played this with the second and fifth fingers and not, say, thumb and third. So I can get down to this A chord a little easier, either with 1, 2, and 4 or 1, 3, and 5 as your fingers. So this is an A major chord in second inversion. Left hand, well, it comes up to A. And it's the same rhythm as the bars of D, but without any of the octaves being added in. Return to the D, then to the A, that takes us through the first half of the first verse. After this point, you'll hear in the original song this big guitar strum, grang. So we're going to imitate that on the piano. We're going to do that by playing some chords with added notes inside of them. So we're going to fill out a full D major chord of A, D, and F sharp. But we're going to add in an E, right there, in between the D and the F sharp. So we call this either a D add 2 or D add 9. And we're going to hold this chord down for the full 2 bars to imitate that long guitar strum. Left hand is going to play the same rhythm as earlier. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that with the right hand. I'm holding it down, remember? So you'll have the challenge there of shifting your coordination from the right hand playing at the same time as the left hand octaves to the right hand holding down. When we come to the A chord, we're going to do an A sus2, which is going to be an A, a B, and an E. It's called a suspended chord or a sus chord because it doesn't have the third inside the chord, which would be the C sharp. So we're going to hold this chord down underneath our A. Now just to make this a little bit more interesting again, under this A with the left hand, I'm going to imitate what we were doing with the D bar, but with an A and an E. So I'm going to add in an E as an emphasis note when on that kind of first and fourth eighth note of the bar. That goes through twice. So you get that kind of full guitar-ish sounding big strum with those held chords. You might even want to roll those chords a little bit to break up the notes like a guitar strum. And you can experiment with that left hand as well. You might want to do some different rhythms or different patterns or a different register of the piano if you want to make things feel a bit bigger. Now, this song does build, so in the parts of the song coming up in our next videos, you will hear some more octaves and lower on the piano being used to really bring in that full band sound. So, going all the way back to the intro, we're going to run through this from start to finish of the intro through to the end of the first verse, and we'll see how you get on. We'll take it slowly at first, and then we'll build up to full speed. All right. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So this is now first verse. Our big chords. Adding in that E in the left hand to the A. And one more. All right, how did you go at that speed? If you're ready to go to full speed, we're going to kick it off. So full speed with this song is about 138 BPM. It's quite quick. And we'll give you a little count in. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4. How did you get on? It is quick. Now, one thing to notice is I am using lots of pedal as I'm playing through this. That's going to really smooth out the sound of these faster notes in the left hand in particular. All right, coming up next over at HDpiano will be part 2. We'll look at the first chorus and the interlude that follows. Make sure you're following us on all social media. Subscribe to the channel. We're at HDpiano pretty much everywhere. And if you have requests of any other songs, be them classic or otherwise, head to requests.hdpiano.com. My name is Dion. I'll see you very soon for your next lesson, and bye for now.